Hi there, welcome to Chesapeake Bites. I'm Chef John Shields, founder of our Common Table. Join us as we travel around the bay, taking tasty bites of all that Chesapeake has to offer. In this series, we present one recipe every Wednesday, demonstrating how you can eat well, protect our environment, and rebuild our local food economy one dish at a time. This week on Chesapeake Bites, we'll be preparing the real deal, a classic Crab Imperial Maryland Style. All jumbo lump, all the time. The ultimate Chesapeake crab meat dish. So we're talking about crab cakes, and everybody's got that recipe. So I thought, let's do something different. This is kind of like the high-class crab cake. When I was young, and especially when we go out to dinner, you would get the imperial crab. And oh my God, that sounds so high class. What is that? And so I have a number of recipes, and there are different versions of it. But this is one that I find is pretty typical of the Western Shore and around Baltimore and some of the old fancy restaurants around there. So what we're going to do, I just took a little bit of butter and melted that. And I'm going to take some red bell pepper that's diced up. Now, with this, in the olden days, all you ever had in it really was green bell pepper. But now that we have Food Network and we have all these different things that we watch and we're streaming and we don't know what the hotel bill is going on, you could use yellow bell pepper in there, because obviously when you do it, it's really going to make it kind of look pretty. And this does have something to do with visuals. Cooking has something to do with visuals. Let me just turn this up a little bit here, and we'll get that sauteing. Okay, so we have our bell peppers. We got the red, we got the green. If you want to put in some yellow, you can do that too.
Orange peppers. I love the
orange peppers. Are beautiful. And the interesting thing is that they really are different.
They are,
and they do have some different flavors.
Very subtle differences, yeah.
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so.
That's fun.
And then just some mushrooms. Just kind of diced up mushrooms there.
Can't go wrong with mushrooms.
No. So, all right, so let's put some, so when we're talking about this imperial kind of thing here, this does have a little bit more flavor than some of the things and a little bit more texture than a regular crab cake would have. One of the things it doesn't have, there is no binding in it. So there's no cracker crumbs, there's no bread crumbs or cube breads. It's all crab. So it does usually use a little bit more mayonnaise than like a crab cake. Like a crab cake, I generally don't like to have much more than about 2 heaping tablespoons per pound for that. But this, we have a little bit more. So I just put in some Dijon mustard. I'm going to put in some ground black pepper, and then Worcestershire sauce. And as you know, that there's Worcestershire in so many Chesapeake recipes. It's unbelievable.
There are. There are.
Well, I guess that it's an old English condiment, and there were a lot of English on the Eastern Shore in the olden days, and so that's that. So we're going to put just a couple dashes of Tabasco in there.
Okay.
And as always,
looking good.
I like to put a little bit of Old Bay in just to give a little bit of flavor there. And then let's see what else we have here. We got the Tabasco, and I'm just going to stir all this around. Also have some capers. Capers are really nice. They're a little salty. They have a little bite to them, but it works really nicely in Imperial. So that's pretty much it. This is not rocket science to do this. Most Chesapeake recipes are not rocket science.
But you make it look easy, John. You really do. I mean, you do your food at Gertrude's is just so wonderful. My wife and I have enjoyed lunch there several times.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is. It's an awesome place.
Thank you. All right, so we have that there, right? Mm-hmm. And then we're going to take all this delicious bell peppers and mushroom and butter.
Oh boy!
It's not the diet workshop thing here. But
I avoid those.
But this is quite tasty.
Mm-hmm. Looks good.
So we're gonna mix all this up here, and then we're gonna take the star of the show, which would be the crab meat.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're using the lump crab meat today. And I usually just gently, as we've talked about, if you've been paying attention to these classes and we talk about anything, whenever we're working with crab meat, we treat it gently.
Very gentle.
Because these people spend so much time picking this stuff.
They do. They work hard at it.
I don't ever want to see a big old spoon or a whisk going into this thing because, you got to love your lumps and you pay for your lumps. So
Absolutely.
It's called pampering your crab meat.
pampering your crab meat.
Now we're stirring
Cool.
very gently on here. It's more of
Very gently.
more
It's
of
a fold.
folding.
It is
We're
a fold.
folding.
We're just
So you wouldn't want to
folding.
bring a mixer or anything
Yeah,
in?
no.
No mix masters.
No.
Keep those out of there. So usually like when I'm making a crab cake, I just do it all with my hands. I don't.
Well, I'm enjoying this because everything really I know how to cook are crabs, and sometimes I don't do that so well. But I'm enjoying watching and,
You can do
and,
this.
and being here.
You can do
You
this.
do definitely do this, Jack.
Well, you maybe
All
convince
right.
me again.
So here we have the mix here for our Crab Imperial. So what to do with it? There's all kinds of things we could do. We could put it into a casserole loaf and bake that. Mary was out a little earlier, and she caught some of
You're good. You're good.
one of the stars of the Chesapeake Bay. We have crabs, we have oysters, but the fish that I like the most is rockfish. And rockfish is also known as a striped bass. Okay, so to make our Rock Imperial, what I'm doing first, I'm getting the skillet down, getting it nice and hot. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. You could put really any kind of oil. You could use a vegetable oil. Basically, what I'm doing is just trying to coat the bottom of this. You could do it with just like a little pan, a little metal pan, whatever is fine. But I like to do it in here because I've seen people do this a couple of different ways. You have the beautiful pieces of rockfish and they'll just put that in a pan and put this on top of it and bake it. But what I find works nicer and I get a better product is I take a little bit of salt, put that on there, and then I'm going to take some cracked black pepper and put that there. And then we get this, you see it's just about smoking hot here. So I'm going to take that and put that down.
Boy, I love that.
And look at that. That rockfish skin is so beautiful.
You did good this morning.
You done right nice. Right nice.
Okay.
So all we're going to do is I'm going to leave that on for about, let's say, 2 minutes, just to sear the outside of the skin. Then we'll flip that over. And once we flip it over, it's already going to start cooking on the other side. And then we just pile that thing high with our Crab Imperial and get it in the oven. So it's really a simple thing to do. Okay, so just had a couple minutes on one side. I'm going to take this, flip it over, and you can see it just started to cook. It's not really cooked, but you get that started.
It's beautiful.
It looks nice, doesn't it?
That's beautiful. Okay.
All right, so now all I'm going to do is just take this beautiful
That is pretty.
Imperial.
I could see doing little tiny ones of these too, like little rockfish bites. with
You
the
could.
Yeah.
You could.
Yeah,
For your
that'd be
party,
fun.
cook it
Yeah.
at a time, then cut up and do little
Yeah,
ones.
yeah. That'd be real fun. Look at the peppers showing up in there. So
Yeah, that's a nice part about
love
them.
that.
Not only do they
Beautiful.
taste good, but it definitely looks good.
Yeah.
So here we go. This is what we have. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to just put it in the oven and then we'll make a little topping for it. We put the fish in. I cook it at about 375 degrees. Takes about 15, 20 minutes. So when I got 5 minutes, 8 minutes left, I make this little topping, which is just some mayonnaise, some Old Bay, a little lemon juice, and egg. And so I'm just going to take that and put it over the
I'm telling
baked
you. It does.
So, really, it's kind of essentially turns into a little bit like a hollandaise. So it generally will puff up a little bit. So we're just going to take this back right here,
Back into the oven.
All right.
and we're going to just
Okay.
put it back in the oven.
Boy, doesn't that look good?
That looks yummy.
All right, so here we go.
Whoa.
We have our finished Rockfish Imperial here. And like I was telling you, you can see how that eggy part, you know,
Beautiful.
comes up like
Looks
that.
beautiful.
So we just
Smells
take
so
that.
good.
Oh, that's nothing wrong with a little bit of rockfish. We can pick on that a little
Oh,
bit.
my,
there.
yeah.
That'll be good. So that's pretty much all you need. You know, you can serve this with scalloped potatoes or roasted red potatoes, some asparagus, whatever you like. But this is one of the best that the Chesapeake has to offer. You know, that the gorgeous rockfish, the gorgeous crab meat from J.M. Clayton, and this is a winner.
That's all local stuff. Very nice. Thank you.
Beautiful.
All right, let's eat.
Oh my God.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope that you got some ideas to recreate in your own kitchen and learned a little something along the way. For more information on our common table and our mission to eat well, protect our environment, and rebuild the local food economy one dish at a time, check out our website and join us on social media.